everybody. Wow, welcome to Upstart. Thank you for coming. Wow, I hope everyone's feeling awake this morning. Are you feeling awake this morning? Yes, that was pretty enthusiastic for a morning on a Saturday. So thank you for coming to Upstart. This is the 7th Upstart so far. So it's super thrilling and humbling for me to be sitting here in front of all you amazing people, students, entrepreneurs, investors, startups. Thank you for being here. And I wanted to tell you a little bit about what Upstart is and a little bit about how you can get the most out of today. So in sort of summary, Upstart started 4 years ago. In a little bar who's from Uppsala here? Cool. So quite a lot of you. So you all know maybe a bar called Catalin, a little music venue. How many of you were here at Catalin Bar? Let's say yay if you were there for the first event at Upstart. Yeah, 2 people. Excellent. Well, thank you for being loyal and coming still back seven events later. So there was about 300 people at the first event. It started as kind of a small little mingle, a little gathering of people, mostly within the Uppsala area, a few from Stockholm, and it sort of exploded. And 4 years later, we now literally had to move to a castle. We got so crowded. So we have around about 1,000 people coming to Upstart over the day today. It's become one of the largest startup conferences in the country. Certainly up there as probably the largest of its kind that's giving free tickets away still, which is really core to what I wanted to do with this event, to have a frictionless event that didn't cost anything to come, and for people who aren't necessarily in the startup scene to come and learn a little bit more about what's happening. So who comes and what's Upstart about? Technology obviously is our theme. So we have students. How many here is a student here today? Quite a few of you, so welcome. You have the best time of your life right now. You're being paid a salary from the student loans company, which is a luxury you don't have when you leave university. So you have this chance to take all this stuff in, meet potential co-founders, find potential investors, learn from our speakers. This is the best time of your life to be thinking about building a company and also failing a bunch of times and testing. You have that flexibility, so you're very welcome here. Startups and entrepreneurs, obviously a core base of Upstart. We have a load of startups downstairs today exhibiting, so do go and check them out. There'll be a little gap between talks on stage today, so you can go downstairs and see what they're up to. Startups and entrepreneurs, there's going to be a session upstairs. It's an invite-only session at 1 o'clock where 30 startups are going to be pitching to a room full of investors. And then we have a public session actually at 4 o'clock with the finalists. 4 companies will be pitching here at 4. And we've had a pretty good track record of that, which I'm going to talk about in a bit. Growth stage companies, we have a couple that, off the top of my head, we have Favro is exhibiting downstairs. Freespie, I know the founder Carl is here today. And these are companies, 20, 30 plus people with several $1 million of funding. And those are really important for the ecosystem, obviously, too. They're bringing in talent, they're employing people. Many people, actually, there's a local company here called Handsoft that sold recently. And after that sale, many new startups are born as a result of that. So these guys and girls play a huge part of the ecosystem. Industry, so we're not in the era anymore where big organizations like banks and energy companies and car manufacturers are this kind of separate entity. Technology has changed that. We can no longer say it's coming. It has come. It has arrived. We have AI, we have machine learning, we have robotics, all disrupting these industries on a massive scale. So this plays quite well to both audiences. You can benefit a lot from partnering with banks and manufacturing companies and so on. They have massive distribution. A lot of these organizations and people come, but vice versa, they can learn a lot from you people, from entrepreneurs, and potentially disrupt the way they're doing things. Support networks. So we have, in the building, I know there's Connect Uppsala, we have UIC, an incubator, Sting, we have Driv Huset supporting entrepreneurs, Entrepreneurs Academy. These are all groups of organizations, both in Uppsala and further, that support entrepreneurs to help them grow. So say hello to those people when you do meet them. And finally, investors. So, where the money all is, everyone wants to meet these people, right? They have the cash. And also, they're here to meet potential startups that are going to be the next $1 billion unicorns. So we've had some pretty good success actually over the past few years. These are just a few, just doing a bit of digging around, asking people who actually got funding off the back of these pitching events. And all three of these companies, Moggy was on stage here last year, was a finalist at Pitch Up. WeHype actually won the pitching competition, and Kaiku there was pitching Upstairs. All received seed stage investments after the event. So, and there's probably a long list of companies actually not even on this list we don't even know about yet. So it's starting to work, and give us feedback, tell us how we can make this better and better, because getting you guys funded at an early stage is quite a big goal of ours here at Upstart. This is a cool map that shows the kind of scale of how Upstart's been growing. So this is from Eventbrite directly, and it shows all of the tickets registered from all across the world. So we started 4 years ago with mostly around this blob in Uppsala. Now we have attendees started to come from all over. We have some amazing speakers here today. Robin here's somewhere in the audience. Where are you, Robin? Over there, who's come from Tech EU, flying in, and we have speakers coming from all over now. So this is fantastic. I'd like to see this grow. I think my goal with Upstart is probably to see a sort of a sea of orange dots across this whole map here in years to come. And we're getting there. So thank you for being involved and part of this journey. We can't really go any further without saying thank you to these amazing people. The 4 organizations here basically have made Upstart happen. Seeing Technique, you guys have been kicking ass at this from the first day we started. Everyone always comments at Upstart, the stage, the lighting, everything is so professional. And we've had that professional level from a very early age, actually, way before most conferences should really be that professional. So that's all thanks to Seeing Technique. So thank you to you guys for working hard on that. Lance Stewardson, what an incredible building. Göran Ananda is actually going to be talking. He's the governor of Uppsala at 1 o'clock today, and he's letting us, use his incredible building. You don't get much better venues than a castle, so thank you for this. World Class Uppsala, a fantastic fund that actually helps companies or entrepreneurs to put Uppsala region on the map, and these guys have been supporting Upstart from a very early stage. And last but certainly not least, Uppsala Commune, which, if you don't speak Swedish, is the city of Uppsala, who has actually been very forward-thinking. Cities aren't known for being fast movers and fast to think towards the future, but my experience with Uppsala has been very, very positive. They appreciate the region is growing very quickly. We're moving away from being this academic city and becoming more of a city in its own right, the fastest growing city in the country. And we have huge potential here. And I think, I couldn't have done all this had it not been for the commune. Key people like Johan Rosen, who's been working very closely with us. Charlotte Scott is the new Näringsliv director. She's going to be upstairs as well today. So thank you so much to the city for realizing this vision and making it happen. So, Free Drum, we like to give stuff away at Upstart, cool prizes, and this is one of them that you can win today. If you've been before, you'll know the drill. So to win one of these, you basically have to get snapping, get Facebooking, get tweeting, take photos and videos throughout the day and use this hashtag, which is hashtag #UpsalaTech. That's the official hashtag for the day. And the best photo or video, and probably we're going to be awarding this on fun/creativity, so get creative when you're doing these, we'll win a pair of these free drums, which is like a virtual drum kit, and they're going to be here later where you can actually play a little bit with the kit downstairs. So that's that. Yeah, have fun. This is basically my only requirement of you. It's a compulsory requirement, and I ask this to the crowd every year. You must have fun. That's the only thing I want you to do today. Upstart is not really a business event. It's not really a networking event. You will do a lot of business here, and you will network a lot with people. But we're the most focused that I put on building this conference is an environment where people can meet each other in a relaxed, informal way, have fun, party a little bit. We have the after party at 6 o'clock at Elite Hotel. And my experience as an entrepreneur has been the more fun you have and the more genuine you are when you build connections, the more business actually you do off the back of it. So please have fun. And the schedule here is looking pretty epic today. We have Kaiser is going to be coming on in just a few minutes. And she's going to be talking about building a startup in just 5 days, which she's had a lot of experience with. It's really super exciting. Influencer marketing after that is about YouTube marketing and how you can benefit from this new wave of influencer marketing. We have lunch. If you haven't got a voucher yet for lunch, go to the bar and buy one because the queues get a little bit long. So do that ahead if you want to have lunch here. Pitch up, elevator pitches we have upstairs. If you're part of that group, you can go upstairs. Otherwise, there's a panel on stage from Volumental, the CTO and co-founder of Volumental, and Free Drum, the founder of this cool drum set I showed you, being hosted by the awesome Yasmin, who's, where is Yasmin? Oh, just here. So this is going to be really, really fun to see. Epic exit. Naveen Tukaram is going to be talking about his sale to Yahoo and how he manufactured his massive multi-million-dollar exit. Designing a startup, thriving startup culture, very topical issue for companies looking to build culture by Teresa. She's been talking around the world. She's going to be here today. Don't miss the early stage investing in the Nordics. We have epic people. We have Robin Wouters is going to be hosting this. Jane Wallerud, who is the first investor in Klarna, actually founded by a guy who grew up here in the city, Nicholas Arderberth. And we have Linus Darg from Inventure, a really big VC in the Nordics, so don't miss that. Bitcoin, we're very lucky to have Christian Ander here today. I think he's somewhere in the audience. There he is, who founded BTCX, which is one of the biggest, if not the biggest, I think, Bitcoin exchange in Sweden. So he's going to be talking about cryptocurrency. And then we've got the finals for Pitch Up at 4 o'clock on the main stage with 4 startups. And the winners will be judged by a vote. So everyone gets to vote with their phones on the winner. This year, we have an epic prize. It's going to be a ticket to Slush, which is, in my view, probably the best startup conference in the world. So, I'm running a startup conference, so I can say hands down, these guys are completely amazing. So be here for that so you can vote on the winners. And then we have the after party. So don't forget, if you don't have a band yet for the after party, go downstairs and see one of the volunteers to get a black wristband, and you get discounted drinks all night. You get entrance to the private Upstart area, elite hotel. There should be some taxis you can grab. Otherwise, it's probably a 10-15 minute walk in the lovely Swedish weather. It's a bit like England today. It's kind of raining non-stop, which is not so nice, but yeah, so it goes. That's pretty much it. So yeah, thank you all so much for coming. And actually, before we finish, I'd like to just bring up Yasmin, because Yasmin is actually going to be moderating throughout the day today. And she also did last year, did an incredible job. So maybe you could pitch your background, Yasmin. So you've been living all over the world, traveling in different places.
Yeah, that's what I do. So I'm actually from Uppsala, but now I am kind of in between places, as you say, and I've been a bit of a digital nomad the past few years, so I lived all over the place, and I run one startup called ShareHive and another startup called Svenska Nomader, which is Swedish nomads, so the digital nomads, and then I do fun things like this.
Awesome. Well, thank you. Can we have a big round of applause for all the speakers and Yasmin today? And we'll see you very soon. Thank you.